What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Straight Up Real Talk. I'm your boy Serge.
And I'm Cerone. Tonight's show will be one of a kind, so you do not want to miss it. So stay tuned and have some fun with us, talk with us. See you there.
Going live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's showtime.
Hey. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Straight Up Real Talk. I'm your boy Serge.
And I'm Cerone.
We got a dope show for you today. We have like some musical guests going on. Today's show is about music, like everything music. We're going to be talking about the recent Grammy show. We're going to be talking about Beyonce's Renaissance tour that everyone is selling their babies for. We're going to be talking about the newest EGOT. We got a lot of stuff for you today. We're excited about it. And so I'm going to throw it over to Cerone so he can let you know who our guests are going to be today.
Yeah, tonight we have Mr. Sam Priest.
Yeah.
He's a recording artist. And he's be coming on later on the show along with Erasmus Alexander. Currently, he's having some technical difficulties right now, but he will be on with us a little bit later on the show.
For sure.
So, what's been going on?
Not much on my end, I don't know if you can hear it, but I'm no longer sick. Thank you. Finally, I feel better. Got my smile back. I'm back. I'm ready to do this show about music. You know, it's what I love. You know, this is what I live for. Yeah. And so, but no, this past week I've just been, busy at work. Not much has really been going on this week. I'm thankful about I got a chance to rest and relax.
Okay.
And so I'm excited about that. And so that's pretty much it. I'm just ready to get this show started. What have you been up to this week?
Well, I've just been working, trying to hit the gym hard. So my body's in a little bit of a pain right now, but it's actually like good pain.
All right.
It's Black History Month, so I had to represent for the Black History Month for the motherland right now. Got to represent.
All right. All right. And so, we can go ahead and start the show because I'm excited. And so, what are we talking about today?
We're going to be talking about Beyonce. We're going to talk about Lizzo. We're going to talk about Ticketmaster. We're going to talk about the EGOT winner.
All right.
We're going to talk about some of the controversial topics that some people might not really like.
All right, then.
We're going to make it do.
All right, then. So let's get started. What we're waiting for. Let's go.
Yeah. So we have recording artist Erasmus Alexander, and we also have Sam Priest that is also with us. And I'm about to bring both of them in live right now. So here we go.
All right, let's go.
How you doing?
Hey.
Hola.
Hey.
How are you doing tonight?
Hey, what's going on?
Right.
I am doing amazing.
Yeah. How about you, Erasmus?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
Awesome. So, Sam Priest, tell us about yourself, who you are, what you do.
Okay, cool. So my name is Sam Priest. I am a new artist. Do I have any music out yet? No, but it's bomb as fuck, and I promise you when it comes. Oh, I'm sorry. Can I curse on here? Because my mouth is pretty potty. I apologize in advance. Edit that out. But anywho, I am from Charlotte, North Carolina. I sing, but I consider myself a creator. My brain just goes from a million to what's more than a billion. So I am a fun, lively person, and I am happy and I am excited to present my music to the world soon.
Okay.
Good. That's what's up.
Awesome. So, Erasmus, what about yourself?
All right. I had to mute myself because a little pooch back here started going off. As he started talking, I'm like,
That's all right.
I'm Erasmus Alexander from Charleston, South Carolina, currently living in the DMV Baltimore area. And I am a singer, songwriter, performer. And that's really it. I don't like to talk too much about myself. I rather just do what I like doing. But nevertheless, that's what it is. I do have some music out there. In my opinion, it runs the gamut of different genres. So hopefully it speaks to someone. My whole goal is to have my music uplift someone. So, yeah.
Okay.
So what's your style of music, if you don't mind me asking?
Is that the pooch answering for me?
I think so.
What was the question? I didn't hear it.
Oh, I was saying, what's your style of music or your genre?
I like to consider myself pop because pop music tends to borrow from a lot of different types of genres. But I grew up singing gospel, R&B, jazz. So there's a lot of heavy influence with that. Just 1 second. The spooch is really
You're fine. While you do that, I'll just.
So he's not. It's a real threat out here. Like,
that's all right.
1 second.
All right, that's all right. Go ahead.
I was going to say that my style of music is neo funk. So I am a soulful singer, but I have a funky soul. I love the 70s. That's just my era. But I, of course, sung in the church. I got my undergrad at A&T, which was in music performance. So your boy is classically trained, but I thrive in musical theater. Musical theater is just something that's just my niche. So doing all of that and merging it into what I'm doing now is going to be very exciting because, again, theatrics, just that level of taking your mind on a journey. But like he said, like positive messages. I am a happy person. I am a bubbly person, and that's infectious. But I'm also a little funny sometimes. I think.
Yeah. So Sam Priest, I have a question for you. So I think you said that you are in Charlotte, correct?
Mm-hmm. Si, senor.
How is it trying to I guess break into the music industry or make it in the music industry, make it big time rather, if that's what you're trying to do, your goal is. How is that in North Carolina? Just in my mind, when I think of breaking into the music industry, like North Carolina isn't like in the forefront of my brain. It's like New York, LA, Atlanta, Miami or something. And so how is that being in North Carolina and trying to make it in the business?
Again, can I curse?
Try not to.
No, got you. Now, okay, corporate mode, boo. So, breaking into the music industry in Charlotte is very complicated, but I will say for me, it's also an opportunity. So, Charlotte is a growing city, and with that being said, we don't back down from challenges. We try to figure it out and figure out ways to navigate into those areas that people are uncomfortable to go into. I literally went and sung my music in a bar full of thugs and people who I just would not think would gravitate to my gay music, or gay thoughts. And I'm just like, music doesn't have a gender and it doesn't have a role, but people, especially, I hate to say it is Black History Month, but the Black community is a little bit challenging. So to see myself try my music out and test my things out, and the reception is great, that lets me know, all right, Sam Priest, you're something special, and you're here to change the thoughts and the minds of the world. And this is just your first challenge. So if you back down now, then that puts you in a position to say, okay, well, I'll back down into everything. My thought process is no. Let me step up. Let me show the world what I can do, and I promise you will be impressed.
No, that's what's up. And so, one last question, the follow-up question to that. So, is your music targeted towards the gay community, or no, or it's just it's literally for everyone?
My music, I'm a everyone type of person. If you get to meet me, I blend in any situation because I'm comfortably myself, but I know I have a respect for people. I don't need to throw my gayness in your face for you to see who I am. You know who I am as soon as you meet me. Like, he's a talented person. He is funny. He is cool. That's it. End of story. Who I sleep with has no bearing on my music unless I put it in my lyrics and say, hey, I done kissed this boy and I liked it.
Yeah.
So other than that, like, my music shouldn't affect what you feel in that way. If you allow yourself to open up to my music, which you have no choice because it's a force to be reckoned with, when you open yourself up to it, you enjoy the ride and you enjoy the feelings that it gives. And that is what is important to me because that's the type of energy I present on a day-to-day basis. What you see is what you get.
Okay. No, that's...
And I'm a thug.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Yeah. So Erasmus, hope I'm saying your name right.
You said it right.
Perfect. Thanks. I have a question for you. So I know you said you kind of grew up in church and you sang in a choir and stuff. Are you still kind of like heavily connected to the church? And if so, like, how does your family or the church feel about you in the music industry? Because I'm kind of like, in my mind, I picture an old school church where it's like, you didn't sing the devil's music.
And you're gay.
Exactly. And so how is that working for you?
Oh, well, okay. So admittedly, I'm not connected to a church at this moment.
Okay.
God, still all thanks, praise, honor due to God. But I am not connected to a church at this moment. It is intentional. I stopped going to church in 2013. It was a very intentional decision after a long talk with Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
That conversation is one of those kind of moments in your life where you're like, look, we got to make a decision here, Lord. So one of those kind of talks. However, the church family that I had growing up, I'm still connected to most of them. It's like with life, sometimes you grow up with people and you get older, your life goes in different directions. But thank God for like the advent of social media. I'm able to keep in touch with people. I'm able to stay in touch with people via cell phone and all that good stuff. So as far as the people that I keep in touch with, they're very supportive. They saw it in me years ago that I had potential to be a singer who did more than just sing in my home church before I saw it. So it's been surprising in a lot of ways, and one of them is how supportive people are. Yeah.
Okay. No, that's
Go ahead.
Okay, so I can feel you because my parents were pastors, so church is definitely something that thrives in me. But then you bump into those people who are just critics of everything. They're very judgmental. Right. And me not going to church has been that was a choice for me, but it was something that was beneficial for me because this could be a conversation for a different day, but I've dealt with a lot of corrupt situations where I'm just like, we serve the same God. And I'm just like, I don't think we do. So I removed myself because church became a distraction versus a place of healing. And seeing that, the one thing I take with me is I take every opportunity to minister and talk to people about God, and that's my church. I don't feel like I need a building or to worship a man when that's not who helps me out in my situations. I have my own personal connection with God, but I definitely know that my connection with God is strong.
Yeah.
So you hitting on that kind of like woke me up a little bit to say, no, I'm on the same page with your friend.
No, that's good. That's
Yeah.
good.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't took the audience to church. That's okay.
I know, right?
Briefly.
Okay.
No, that is okay.
All right. So what we're going to do, we're going to switch a little bit of gear now. Are we going to talk about someone that we all know? We all know about him, but for today's about for a different reason as relates to Neyo. Because Neyo has been through it. Now he's divorced, right? And now it has to pay some child support, spousal. That's what happened when you're in the music industry and you make a certain amount, or you're married in certain states, and you got to pay spousal for a few more years just to maintain that lifestyle.
Yeah, and so, we're talking about Neyo, so we already know he already has a shady past, so we already know that.
Yes, he does.
Wait, what's the shady past? I did not know.
His ex fiance Moneta, who's actually now in the Real Housewives of Atlanta, he had 2 children with her. While they were still together. He said he didn't want any more kids, and he convinced her to tie her tubes. After she tied her tubes, he then left her, married someone else, and proceeded to have 3 children with her. And that's not even gossip. That is legit facts. That's facts. He legit did that to his ex-fiance.
Where is my cup?
You see my face, like I'm trying to find my face to pick it back up and put it back on. Because what?
Yeah, and so his I was about to say his current wife, but now she's his ex-wife because they officially divorced as of yesterday or today. And so they're divorced. He had an oops baby on her when he apparently cheated on her. She divorced him, and some of the things that she's walking away with is he has to give her $150,000 so she can purchase a new car. He is going to give her $12,000 a month child support for 3 children. He also is going to give her $5,000 a month in alimony for the next 3 years. and he has to give her $1.6 million for the current house that they live in. So they have to sell this big mega mansion. She's going to get $1.6 million for that. She also gets to keep one of the houses that they own, and he also has to give her $20,000 in moving costs. So that oops baby cost him a lot of money.
Oh my goodness.
Well, honestly, karma works quick, and it comes.
That's a
Karma's
lot.
aggressive.
Listen, I'm not mad at it. Like, you know, other people like, oh, you know, he shouldn't have to pay all of that. No, he should.
Notice I said karma. I'm with karma on this one. Like, bro, you did what? You convinced this lady to tie her tubes? That's a surgery that you can't like undo.
Yeah.
So, and if you're able to, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of complications. You've ruined someone else's chances to procreate with someone else that she actually falls in love with. So this is your karma.
Well,
and
my question, but what about if the tables were turned though, and it was the female that asked him to get snipped, so no more kids, and now she cheated on him and got pregnant by somebody? Like, would we still be having the same conversation?
Yep. I would feel the exact same way. There's no
because
double
you
standard
convince
over here for
somebody.
me.
It depends
because you. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The way the procedure was done, you can get it reversed.
Yeah.
Actually happened with my brother and his ex-wife. Not to put his business out there, but his ex-wife got her tubes untied, unclipped, whatever it was that she had done, so that have a child together. But the same with the man, you can reverse that too. My thing is the reason, like, you told her you didn't want any more kids, then gonna go and have a whole nother family with somebody else. Like, you didn't want it more, like, what's up with that? That's what it is. But like you said, karma came back heavy.
And you still having kids.
Yeah, 3. He actually had more kids with the current wife than he did with her, and he had her tie her tubes. So that's messed up.
It's crazy.
That is foul. So that's why I said Neo's past. I'm not shocked by it. He deserves it. I'm not even mad at her. Like, she should have got more than that. Like, I'm not mad at her. So
where's Kaya and her gavel?
For real, right? And so so that's the end of that. So I think so that's good. We all agree that it was karma. He got what he deserved. All right, Cerone, next.
Okay, we're gonna go to the Jacksons.
Michael.
We're going to go to the Jacksons, and Michael Jackson is selling his 50% of his catalog is being sold. So, as both of you are artists, when you all make it to that level of a Michael Jackson status, a Beyonce status, a Prince status, Patti LaBelle, Aretha Franklin, and you've amassed so much of your music and wealth, would you sell 50% of your entire catalog? Would you? Let's go with our Sam Priest first.
Oh, wait, why me? Okay. So, I mean, one, I want to own the rights to all of my things. I'm in the process of working on music. I'm learning the business aspect of it as well. I'm a novice to this, but I'm also exposing myself to a lot of corrupt individuals. I want to, again, own the rights to everything so that I can make choices on how I want things to be brought or purchased or used. I have a say-so in that. So in regards to Michael Jackson, I mean, let's call it what it is. Michael Jackson is no longer with us. So if selling 50% of his catalog is beneficial for my family or his family, I would want to know more about that. I can't give too much of an opinion on something that I don't know the backstory to, as well as the amount of money that they're about to walk into. It's only 50% of it. The other 50% is still up for grabs. So if I'm making billions and billions off of 50% of this, and I'm holding on to the other 50%, that's a smart business deal. Excuse me.
Okay.
How about you, Erasmus? What would you do? Would you want to sell at least 50% of your catalog when you get to that status?
Well, this is the thing. I'm in a similar boat as Sam Priest. The thing is that, I don't really know a lot about what is going on with Michael Jackson's estate. and who it is that is actually making the decision, whether or not his estate owns the masters or it's Sony that still owns the masters, or how that went. I know that there was a lot going on both with Prince before they passed away with regard to who owned it, because that's where the decision really is and why they're doing it. I think it has a lot to do with his estate. Personally, like Sam Priest, I would like to own my own. And that's one thing. Now, I'll be honest, being an independent artist, there's a lot of struggle with funding a lot of stuff, you know, that the label usually would fund. However, owning everything is something that as an independent artist, we do. And so I don't have to ask anybody about it or see how they feel. If I were no longer here and my music had gotten to that level, that pop iconic level that Michael Jackson and others you named are at, I would leave my estate in the hands of someone who I knew was responsible to make the decision that was best for the family, those who I am looking out for post-mortem, I guess, you know, to make the responsible decision. I would hate for, you know, somebody to make this just because they want some money right quick and they like, oh, you know, let's just sell some Erasmus little, you know, he don't need that no more. He dead. He ain't with us. Like, hold on a minute now.
You from the grave.
Right. Come back.
So this is what a friend of mine, a couple of friends of mine, we were talking about this not too long ago. In the most recent years, a lot of artists have been selling their catalogs. Justin Timberlake, Stevie Nicks, Bruce Springsteen, like even young artists have been Justin Bieber just sold his catalog. He's, what is he, maybe 30? And he literally sold his whole catalog. And I think it's like $200 million. And the only thing I remember is, and I know I'm old school, I just remember artists, especially Black artists, saying how important it was to own your masters and your catalog. And they were fighting to get them back because that's where all the money was, right? And so it's just, I don't understand now how all of these artists are now willingly selling off their catalogs.
Maybe there's especially in the industry that, you know, behind the scenes, they know about.
Yeah,
this is what I said. This is what I was telling my friends. I was like, I think there's something going on in the industry that we, you know, the normal regular people don't know about. That's kind of like forcing their hand or something. Because I just think it's weird that you have all of these artists willingly selling off like that is like generational wealth when you have that type of like Michael Jackson's catalog, for instance. It's like generational wealth. Like everyone wants it. Everyone wants to use his music. And so I just find it, these circumstances and situation odd to me that these people are willingly trying to. Anita Baker just got back her masters and she was happy about it, right? Because that's like income, that's money coming in for her. And so it's weird that these people are selling it. Because my whole thing is, if you, Justin Timberlake, for instance, he made all of this money early on in his career. So I'm like, if you blew through that money already at 30, and so now you're just getting like 200 million for your catalog. When you blow that, what are you going to do? Like, you no longer have that catalog.
Because that actually reminded me of when I was watching the movie, the Clark sisters. When
good movie.
When she when was it Twinkie that sold her catalog for a car, and her mom was mad at her. You know what I'm saying? So because the catalog will forever make you money, or forever bringing income.
Yeah.
And when you sell it for that one-time fee, they're going to get the residual income that's going to come years and years and years after that. So unless there's something in the clause legally as to why you're doing it, probably going to get something on the back end over a certain percentage. I don't know. But if I was an artist, I wouldn't sell my thing.
Yeah.
No.
Well, in Michael Jackson's case, he's only selling 50% for about 800 or 900 million. He would still own his estate would still own 50%, and they would still have the final say in everything still that takes place with the music. And so,
what about we said?
So I was gonna say one. I'm not big on conspiracies, but I think about conspiracies all the time.
Okay.
So we'll toss this out the window. But I feel you said it best. If everyone is willing to do this, what is it on the back end that we don't see? You know,
True.
it's just like I know, and I have to look up the research on it, but I know that there's going to be a different way of currency when it comes down to music production.
Yeah.
They're not going to pay cash. They're going to pay you almost like Bitcoin.
Yeah.
I don't know the specific name. I was reading over it, so it slipped my mind, but that's
Yeah.
basically the new wave of how they're paying their artists.
Yeah.
So that could possibly be connected with the catalogs, why people are so eager or willing to release their catalogs. Again, this is just me just thinking, speaking on things that I need to do a little bit more research on. But again, that is something that they're not telling everyone else. And also, we have to understand that these people have lawyers and business people in place. So if they're like you said, Justin Bieber signed his off and he's only 30. Clearly, he has the right team that's backing him up to give him the perfect advice and as far as what's about to happen.
You would hope. You would hope.
Yeah,
you would hope, but in that situation, it's Justin Bieber. Like Justin Bieber has, in my opinion, I feel like he has things in place.
You would hope. And I only say that because, granted, it's a whole different time, whole different decade, but TLC, they were up there. And they did not have a team advising them on the best moves business-wise for them. And, you know, Icon, you know, crossover from the time that they came out, you know, they had the legal issues that they had. But,
that is true.
and you would think Toni Braxton, she had some, she didn't go to jail like Anita did, but, you know, she had to file for bankruptcy. No, don't do that.
Don't do my auntie Anita like that.
That's messed up.
What I will pause here.
Advice that we weren't privy to that led to them having the issues that they had. So if I say you would hope that they're getting wise counsel when it comes to the legality, the financial business, or the financial sense in the decision and everything. You know, you would hope. My thing is, their money ain't paying me.
Well, yeah. So John Patrick Adams, who's the Dope Ass Dude podcast, says streaming and digital download has changed the music industry. 200 million would take years to make. Artists are getting money up front, and it's a better business deal. I can see that. I was thinking that also about the whole streaming thing where everyone is saying how they're not making as much money anymore through record sales because of streaming, and so that wouldn't make perfect sense.
It's TikTok. Get the song on TikTok.
I know, right? Yeah,
we get one of my songs. TikTok.
Okay, and dance to it.
Right.
All right then, and so so we we all agreed about that. Like, what we think the deal was behind that. All right, Cerone, what are we talking about next, Cerone?
So we're going to go to the ones called the Queen of Talk Show.
You must be talking about not Oprah Winfrey. You're talking about the Queen of Mean.
Wendy Williams.
Wendy Williams.
Yeah.
Wendy. How you doing? Her messy. She's just messy.
Yeah.
And so go ahead.
Her husband is wants more money.
He big mad. Big mad. Because Wendy Williams' show was, I don't want to say canceled, but she pretty much, left the show. Essentially, she couldn't do it anymore. Because of that, because she doesn't have any steady income coming in, the judge ruled that she no longer had to pay him alimony payments. And so he's upset because he's like, no, that wasn't a deal. She's supposed to pay me alimony for X amount of years. It's not fair, blah, blah, blah. The judge wasn't trying to hear it. Apparently, he can't pay his bills. He can't pay.
How about he go get a job?
Thank you.
He can't pay his HOA. He got the little baby girl over there with the mistress Sharina. His barbershop ain't cutting like it was supposed to. His bar ain't, barring like it's supposed to. And so that's it. And so do you guys think that the judge should give him his alimony?
No.
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 No, absolutely not. Because one, you made bad investments for yourself. If you were going to utilize someone and get alimony, you still should have used your money responsibly and not just felt like you would be able to ride that wave. And also, I think it sucks that people have to constantly pay money towards someone who probably wasn't good to them. Not saying that Wendy was perfect, but it's just like, damn, Wendy did the work for her money. Why do you get to reap the benefits of someone else's money?
Yeah.
And shame on you because she's dealing with her own stuff.
Because they were married. Because if you're married, then what is yours is mine. What's mine is yours.
And I will say, hold on, but I will say this, and I'm just gonna say it because I'm gonna be real about it. When she started the Wendy Williams show, he helped her get that deal, and she put his name on that show as executive producer. And so when she did that, that entitled him to a whole lot of money that she was making from that show. And so when the divorce happened, she had to give him that money.
But you have to realize when the show ended, that also ended too. If that's the case, then all the executive producers should be coming after her for alimony then.
But from what I understand, from what I read, I don't know if it's true. While the show, they fired him. Yeah, they fired him, and so they had to buy him out because he was still the executive producer, and you can't just fire someone for no reason because you're divorcing them, right? Okay. And so they had to buy him out, and so I think that was part also of the money he was receiving in the alimony payments, from what I understand. Like I do think I do think I don't know how they did it. I don't know how they did it, but I do know they had to buy him out. They could have gave him a lump sum of money for all I know. She could have been like, give him 10 million, let him go down the street and make a left. I'm not 100% sure. All I know is he probably got a 2018 Ferrari. They got a new 2023 that came out. He probably want a new Ferrari. It ain't fair that he got to be around him and Shireen, a little baby, and they little 2018 Ferrari Bentley. And so get him in. No, I'm just kidding.
Because he keep going in on this little baby.
Right.
Ooh, whoa. Who did that? Because it was not me.
Yeah, it's live.
Oh man, we're gonna leave that in. We're not even gonna edit that out.
No, we're not. We're gonna leave it in.
Well, thanks.
No, but no. If she's not working, seriously, if she's not working, she doesn't have any steady income coming in. Of course, he shouldn't get any alimony. However, I think she kind of did this on purpose. I think this whole thing was a scheme that Todd set up to come to them with the BS because I think Wendy knew what she was doing. I'm sorry. I think her lawyers read down the fine print. It was like, if you don't have any income coming in, you don't have to give them nothing. And she was like, I'm going to stick it to them. And that little baby get no more of my money.
See that baby? The baby ain't did nothing.
The baby didn't do nothing, but I'm with you on that baby.
Everybody getting it.
I'm happy the baby is here, but shame.
Equal opportunity, everybody getting it.
I guess so.
Okay, equal opportunity.
And so I guess we all agree.
Uppercut a baby.
Kevin shouldn't be getting any money, so we're just gonna dead that. Kevin is deaded on the situation. Moving right along. What's going on, Cerone? What's next? What you got for?
We're gonna talk about the Grammys.
Yeah,
we're gonna talk about the Grammys.
Grammys.
The performances. Yes. So were amazing.
Yes.
There were.
Who was your favorite?
The ones I saw.
Who was your favorite?
Okay, so which one did you see?
I saw Sam Smith.
Okay.
I saw where they were honoring all of the people in the last year who passed away.
Okay.
Of course, I saw Bad Bunny's intro. He did that. He really did. Those are the ones that I remember. I mean, I had to go to work in the morning. Go ahead and go to sleep now.
Yeah.
What about Mary?
I didn't see it.
Oh, it was stunning. She was beautiful from head to toe. You
good.
Give a bomb performance when all you gotta do is just stand there and look good. and then you sound good, and your music still reaches everybody.
Yeah, I was a little nervous. I didn't know what Mary was gonna give because sometimes Shanti married, but she was on. So I'm not even mad at her. She was on that night. She was on.
I love Bad Bunny. I've become a fan of Harry Styles. I think he is great, but I can't overlook Stevie Wonder because that whole thing was dope. But the thing that stuck out to me the most was Chris Stapleton. That white man can sing. Oh, that white man can sing.
He be singing his face, belly.
Oh,
face and belly.
I know, right?
I mailed him my underwear. I said, "You deserve these." I sent those to him. I was like, "Take these underwear. You deserve every scene,
not the underwear,
every stitching,
not the underwear."
Because God, this white man sending me through the emotions.
He really does. And all the little Wanye's, that was cool too. How they did that. Yeah.
But what about for like the hip hop though? What they did for the hip hop show? Well,
so
of course, came out.
Of course, that was my favorite. That was my favorite, of course. As you know, I'm all
Missy
about.
Elliott.
That's what I'm talking about. Missy Elliott, Run DMC, LL Cool J, Queen Latifah. Like I was hyped because I'm all about 80s, 90s, and 2000s hip hop. And so that was a highlight for me. So
I think Busta and Missy are people who definitely affected my ear in the things that I like. They think outside the box.
Yeah,
absolutely. I love that.
Yeah. I was listening to them the Grammy night, and I was like, they can release some of that same music right now, and it'll still sound like when Busta was rapping, couldn't understand a word he was saying, but I'm like, that still sounds good right now. I was like, go ahead, Busta. And Missy came out dance I was like, they could literally release that music right now and it'd still be hot. Like it was,
I agree.
Because it was.
Wasn't a fan of Sam Smith.
Yeah, nah, I could have
did without that. Toss that out there.
I could have done without him.
I could have did without. It was like,
I like that song.
I'm happy that he won though.
Yeah.
Because I was more happy not because he won, but because the artist that he was with, like for her to be the first trans.
Yes, I agree.
Like that was dope to me. That's monumental. Like go. But other than that, I like the song too. It's just the performance just was very lackluster.
It's like Lil Nas X has already kind of did that with the red outfit and everything. It was like he had already did that. Yeah, exactly. No horn. So I was just like, Madonna did that 30 years ago, 40 years ago. Like, if you're gonna do something we've already seen before, make me feel like, dang, this is amazing. Maybe I might want to slide down a pole to hell, but I didn't get that. I didn't get that at all. I was like, I think I'll stay in purgatory at this point. So you sliding down poles, you giving away your underwear, like
all right. We're starting the
I
pole.
told you guys that I am a stripper for senior citizens.
Come on, senior citizens.
They need love too.
Oh god, yo, that is hilarious.
I did not enjoy Sam Smith at all, but I felt like Harry Styles. I feel like it was so simple, but the message was so dope. Like it was a very clean, simple performance, but I was I was into it.
Yeah,
I was into what he was wearing. That jumps the whatever the fuck those things. Whatever those things were.
Yes,
I was into that. I was like, okay. To me, it didn't match with the song per se, but visually it was where it needed to be.
Yeah. So I got a question for
you. I'm sorry.
No, you finish your point.
I think it was intentional. Like he wasn't supposed to be like everyone else. Everyone else was just living their normal life. But he was basically like this energy of like
sparkles.
What happens when you push through? Yes, progress. Like when you push through this normal life and you tap into a different world, you are your creator. You get to create your space. You get to live into your moment. Yesterday is not the same as today as it was. Like it's a new day, and then a do, and then we off.
Yeah,
you better come on in.
So I have a question for you guys. So the Harry Styles won, of course, album of the year. Of course, everyone wanted Beyonce to win for Renaissance. So we had Voyage by ABBA, 30 by Adele. I'm not pronounced, so I don't know what that is, by Bad Bunny. Mary J. Blige, Good Morning Gorgeous. Brandy Carlisle, In These Silent Days, and Music of the Spheres by Coldplay. And so everyone wanted Beyonce to win. I actually wanted Mary to win, but I'm biased. I love Mary. But everyone wanted Beyonce to win. She didn't. Everyone was like upset. Do you think she was robbed, or do you think Harry Styles' album was good enough to actually win album of
For best pop vocal album?
No, I think he took album of the year, like, period. Like,
yeah, he did. Yeah.
Oh,
because he ended up winning like 2 Grammys that night.
yeah.
so are we coming from a perspective of us being black and
Nope.
we only okay?
Nope, we're literally talking about the album, how good it was. Like,
Yes, the actual album.
Beyonce.
you
It's
think Beyonce?
Okay. Like but I really thoroughly enjoyed Harry Styles. I think Harry Styles brings a different type of energy. If you take time to listen to the man, because I took time. I was like, let me go listen. Let me go do my research. Let me understand why. And I was impressed. I was thoroughly impressed with him. I still think Beyonce should have won.
Yeah. Okay.
I will say I haven't. The only person out of all of those people that were named, the only person whose album I have is, and it's not because I'm part of the Hive or like
Yes, he is.
big Beyonce fan. Screw everybody else. I salute her, as an artist and a performer that she is. Period. Hands down, she does what she does. However, when I heard all of their music before buying anything, the only person whose music that actually touched me, that made me more curious, was Beyonce's album. To actually go and buy it. And then, of course, I love, which is something that, people who know me, I love her music and what she's done, but I've never really bought a Beyonce album.
Yeah.
I hit download.
Yeah.
So like, it's something that for me, I thought it should have, out of all of the years that she's always been nominated for all of the work she did, I did think that this year she would have it because it was one of those albums that everybody could really relate to. That Harry Styles didn't earn his win though. I really don't think so. If it were me, I probably would have chose Beyonce over Harry Styles. He came in second.
Yeah. I guess that's why I was like asking, was this like a black thing, white thing? Because black people don't listen to Harry Styles, and most of the opinions that we receive are usually from black people. But when it comes down to Beyonce, you can just hit play and get lost in her music. And I'm not a part of the Beehive. I'm not like, oh, I'll stab you if you say something negative about Beyonce. That's not how but I respect that woman. That woman works hard. She's been given better vocals each time she comes out. She has created so many challenges, vocal challenges. She's created dance challenges. All of these things have been done just based off of that album. So it is ridiculous to me that she didn't win. But again, I did take time to listen to the other artists, and I looked at it from a different perspective, or tried to. Beyonce should have won.
I actually did some research on album of the year winners, and I realized that not too many brown pop women win album of the year.
That is true.
Who, like, Beyonce's never won, Rihanna's never won, let's say Mary J. Blige, like, none of those girls have never won. However, Taylor Swift has won a couple of times, Adele has won a couple of times, and so I just found that interesting. And when they do give it to us brown people, and it's people who are less known. For instance, in 2022, and I hope I say his name, John Baptiste. Yeah, Baptiste. Yeah, he won. I'm not familiar with his music. It's probably great, but I don't know who he is. And so I think going back to 2018, Bruno Mars won, and then going back and in between there, like,
well, Bruno deserves his win.
Yeah, Bruno definitely deserved it. But before then, you had like Herbie Hancock, Ray Charles, like literally. And I'm not, and of course they deserve it, but I'm saying like none of like the major pop or R&B brown women seem to win, but they will give it to an Adele or a Taylor Swift or something like that. And so I just find that interesting.
So
the reason why so many black, I'm sorry,
Beyonce, And this kind of conversation was a similar conversation at that time, you know, because Beyonce, which one was it at the time? Lemonade that she had come up with?
Probably so, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And Adele had, I think it was 25 maybe, or whichever one it was. And, you know, the argument, I guess, that you would hear from, at least that I heard from news outlets covering it, was that Adele's music was was more relatable to more people than particularly Lemonade. And I'm
She just
like,
had hello.
huh?
She just had hello. Hello.
That's universal. Everyone knows hello.
I know, right?
That's all she had. I mean, can you hear me? Can y'all hear me? Hello. My thing is, Beyonce had the whole album visually, everything. You saw that album on everything. It was even on Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. Titus did his whole
so with the yellow dress.
Yes, and it was hilarious. But people people make parodies of things that are amazing.
Yeah.
So I didn't see too many hellos.
Yeah.
You know,
I think it was telling that when Adele won, she got up there and she literally thanked Beyonce and said Beyonce should have won. So I think that was telling for me, right there, that.
And they were upset that she didn't win this year.
Yeah, she was literally crying and thinking Beyonce. So I think that says it all about probably who should have won that year.
Yeah.
That's the testament, even with Jasmine Sullivan. Jasmine Sullivan had to work extra harder than everybody else, and Jasmine Sullivan is one of the best vocalists I've ever listened to.
Yeah,
Jasmine Sullivan changed my life, and I think I'm pretty amazing, you know. But those are things that you have to pay attention to. Hell, our first award was for the Dr. Dre Global Award. He won it. Now it's in history that anybody else after this award, when they win this award, it will be the Dr. Dre Global Award or whatever it's called. But that lets you know that these people have been robbed for so long, and now we have this area where you want to make everything black and everything mixed. We opened with Bad Bunny, who is literally an artist who is Latin, but also who is open to kiss men and kiss women on like you guys are cramming everything at one. Talk about diversity and inclusion. This is definitely diversity and inclusion at its best.
No, that's absolutely right. This is funny because time is going by faster than what we thought. And so good. I know it's very good. It's going by way faster than we thought. And so we're going to pick up the pace a little bit because there are a couple other things that I really want to get to. One in particular was Viola Davis winning her Grammy and becoming the latest EGOT.
Yes. Who don't like Viola?
Yeah, of course. Everyone loves Viola, right? And so I did some research because this is interesting. You know, kudos to Viola. Viola, love her. But I did some research. There are 9 minority EGOT winners. 7 are African American. Now, of the 7, 2 of them got their EGOT status. From honorary awards. So James Earl Jones became an EGOT because he got an honorary Oscar. And Harry, I believe it was Harry Belafonte.
Yes.
Harry Belafonte also got his EGOT status, I believe, from a honorary award. And so I was thinking about it and I was like, should you be able to claim EGOT status from receiving honorary awards, right? And so you would think, yeah, they should, right? It's an award, but then I came up with this logic, and you guys tell me if I'm wrong, right? You know how they give out honorary degrees, right?
They do.
So I go to Harvard and I earn my degree. I do my years and I get my doctorate. I earn my degree. Somebody's father's rich, gave a donation. They gave the kid an honorary doctorate degree or whatever the case may be, right? Are they equal?
I would say quite the same argument because these are people who are actually active in the fields that they're getting these. It's not like they're not doing anything, not iconic, and that they're not, you know, very in their own rights. I don't know what the parameters, whatever it is that goes into deciding who gets an honorary award. At the same, not quite the same, in my opinion.
Okay.
My opinion is why does it need to be presented as an honorary thing when these people have done the work? These people are well-known artists in their craft. Why not set it up to make sure that this is something that they win? because it's just like, if you put honorary on something, it's like, well, we gave you this, as though they didn't work hard for it. And that bothers me, because we know that these people work hard to get what they have. To compare someone showing up at a graduation and giving a speech compared to somebody who actually did the extra hard work in their field, and then you kind of downgrade it. And you it's like, well, we'll give you this. No, I worked hard for this. Screw you. I'll take it, because I'll be a fool not to. But screw you, because why are you downplaying my success?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and I wasn't agreeing or disagreeing. I was just thinking about it, and I was saying, if I was an EGOT winner and I literally had to go up against everyone in these categories to win, and then someone became the same EGOT I was from something honorary, I was wondering how that would make me feel. And so that's why I posed that question. I'm still unsure about it, to be quite honest. I don't know. Yeah.
Consideration their work, as well as their skin tone, because it's just like, Black people have to work extra hard to get acknowledged. You know, you just listed so many white people that just came through and just said, oh, I got a Grammy. I sneezed on this track and they gave me best sneeze award for this. Black people, we got to mop the stage, clean the stage, write the script, set up the stage, set up the whole arena, just to get there, just to get denied our victory. Beyonce, again, going back to her, not a Beehive fan. You know, I mean, I love Beyonce. I appreciate her work. But at the end of the day, that's just that's proof within the pudding. That woman should have more Grammys than what she has now, but she's constantly robbed because she's a woman and she's Black.
Yeah. Well, I want to say big up to Beyonce, because she became the most awarded Grammy winner in history with her 32 wins. So I'm happy she got that, although a lot of them should have been in the bigger categories, but she won them. So I am happy about that.
Yes, most definitely.
Yeah, which is gonna lead us to our next question, because we're running out of time. So, is anyone going to the Renaissance tour?
Is she gonna pay my rent and pay my toll?
After all of that bigging up we just did for her, and all of that going up for Beyonce, and nobody, Blue Ivy got tuition to pay. Come on, y'all got.
You don't think they would just roll out the red carpet for Blue Ivy? No, this is my issue. If you got the amount of money that Beyonce is requesting for these tickets, if you show up to support your local artist, you literally can have a concert for a whole year. You can go to visit a concert for a whole year for the price that you're paying for a Beyonce ticket. Beyonce has how many Grammys? Give other people an opportunity to be seen. Not saying that Beyonce is taken away from that, but you guys have to support your local artists, because you don't understand that we need your support in order for us to grow, so that we can see how well this dream can take off. Same thing with a corporate job. You still need older people to move out the way, so that the new wave of ideas can come in.
Going back to support, you know, some people will trip because you want to charge a $10 entry fee to an event where there's local artists. You're like, bro, just pay the damn $10. They're going to give you the best, you know. But if you would pay hundreds and hundreds of dollars, like, you ain't no Beyonce. Like, of course I'm not. Beyonce is Beyonce. I'm me. You say you know me. You say support local, because you know they'll put a hashtag support local artists and won't support. But that's a whole nother conversation. That's
the perfect conversation, because you hitting this.
That's not where I am. But the support, you need the support. Just like you said, go ahead and actually support your local artists with the money that we over here. Oh, ain't nobody can afford a Beyonce ticket. You can afford your local artist, though.
So John Patrick Adams, a dope ass dude, asked, do artists set the prices of concert tickets, or do the promoters? That's a good question. It's probably
the promoters.
Yeah, I was about to say,
and the management.
Yeah.
Promoters and management, their team, they discuss that,
but it's all about also production, right? If you have like this huge production that costs a lot of money, you have to up the amount that you're selling your tickets for, right? Beyonce has a huge production that she has, right? So I'm not justifying her price. I'm just saying, like, that's.
I'm not saying that we should invalidate the price either. Charge, boo. However, do understand that as far as I'm concerned, I'm not part of her target audience when you charging prices like that.
Okay,
You just don't pay your rent for a month. Then you
Yeah.
worry about it. You worry about it the following month.
Yeah, exactly.
But then you're
I
gonna put
don't
on
have a sugar
Instagram,
daddy.
you went to go see Beyonce, and you're gonna get some clicks and likes when you say you went to go see Beyonce.
How about I open for Beyonce? That'd be a better.
There you
Okay,
go.
how about I sing with her?
That's an idea.
Yeah.
That'd be cool for me. Babe.
With you.
That's
I'm gonna dance
Be-
with her and I'm gonna get her titty sweat. Oh, Beyonce.
Beehive. The views of our guests do not reflect our position here.
stop
Let me
that.
go ahead and be clear.
Leave
He
us
said, I'm
alone.
not about to target me. I just said I'm not about to pay that price for that ticket, because if I pay the price of that ticket, where I'm gonna live?
And then
I'm gonna drive my car to her concert.
I'm gonna pay for my next project. So the next things that I'm trying to, it's me that's doing all this.
Yeah.
So I'm happy that when she released the DVD.
Yeah. Really quickly, because we're running out of time. I read something on Ticketmaster, and I read something, and I have to fact check it. I believe it's correct, that Ticketmaster sometimes take up to 30% of the ticket fare value. And so if the ticket is $200, sometimes Ticketmaster is taking upwards of 30% of that ticket. And so that would be interesting to find out if that's actually fact or not. I'm gonna have to look it up and have to tell you guys next week whether or not that's accurate. So like I said, we are running out of time. And so Sam Priest, let us know what you have coming up in the future, and you know, what's going on with you.
Cuff me.
Oh. So right now I've started this whole event. It's called Cuff Me. It is a singles event where I invite different singles to this space, and we literally have performers, because I have a lot of local performers here in North Carolina. So we do that, but we also provide an opportunity in the space for people to get out and meet people without using a app. You know, we do things like the dating game. You guys know the dating game, where we ask questions. You can't see who you're picking, but then you get to pick someone, and I give you the opportunity to go to lunch. Lunch on Sam Priest, you know. But it's a good time. It's good entertainment, and again, I am funny. I am hilarious. So I am an amazing host, but that's something that we're growing. That's just only one of my businesses. The other things, y'all didn't sign no NDA, so I can't tell you too much.
All right. Eramis, what do you have going on?
So I recently was nominated for a Grammy Award for Best Pop Song and Best. I also made it to the finalist round. So the next step is the judges are assessing all the finalists, and we'll find out the night of the Grammys in DC, April 1st, which, you know, who actually won and where and all that good stuff. I have a few events that I will be performing at throughout the year.
Okay.
And I'll be posting those, of course, as the events get closer. But I'm excited for all of that. Hopefully there's like a practice tour. I'll call it.
Yes, I'm excited for you.
Yeah, I'm excited for you. Listen, if I was there in North Carolina, I'd be like, go ahead and sign me up. My song's about love.
I got a car.
I'll
pick you up. I'll come pick you up.
All right.
No, that's dope.
Good.
So you guys have been great. Like, we literally didn't even get to like a lot of stuff.
Okay, though.
No.
I'm saying that the conversation was good.
Exactly. That's exactly. The conversation was so great, it flowed, that we didn't even get to it, which is fine with me, because this has been amazing. I'm glad like you guys came on. Definitely keep in contact with us, and so when you got stuff coming up, we can shout you guys out and promote you guys. Next week, the show is going to be back, but it's going to be back on at 7 o'clock. This is just like a one-time thing we did at 8 o'clock. We do want to thank you guys for watching. Cerone, what's going on?
I'm doing good. I'm really happy that you all guys were able to come on and make this show what it is tonight. Thank you all for participating, and the conversation was funny and entertaining as well. I can't wait.
Come on, you got theme music.
I know, right?
Can't wait for this to happen again another time. So great. Thank you all very much.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks.
Bring us back. I like this.
You guys definitely. You guys back. And we will see you guys next week. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye.
Peace out.
Bye.